Hello, assalamu alaikum Gambia. Hold on a second. All right. Assalamu alaikum Gambia, friends of the Gambia. Ngamobe kontong. Itola ani kontong. Just briefly, real quick, manna jampurka mejang, because usually any day ninnata on Facebook Live ninko manna janka medal akatambi nanelale. And as such, lafitaka disclaimer nyinke ka tandiko bidal tonya manna kame in Facebook Live. As a people, before ngata ntalemo ensa ABC United States of America nga mobe kontong itola ani kontong ndedunde momo en long yenun tonya fol long nte I say it as it is andung nte date kilis kalas kuto as a people in the Gambia nyanta kan hakilo tubake United Democratic Party da mamanke patioti Gambia Bangkoka andung there is an institution already set up Ndolla Bangkoka Mia Lonko Ndolko United Democratic Party Kabrin 1996 Fosa Imbira Lota Hierarchy le bigi Mulel Benyato Milia Lonko from top to the bottom and wall molu it doesn't mean ko milbe santo wallel kumayata milbe grassroots level. Fast forward Nananga Jubeko near mol tambindi yeke executive volt. There is a reason. There is a divergence of opinion here and there. We as a people, Ntolmil Fonka Sinka democracy preach every day and night. Ntolle multi-million lonkonka democratic principles sola basic tenets solo nka violate. Momo be in Bangkoka, the mere fact that it ko ete mari keta executive it doesn't make you any important than somebody mimu grassroots. The mere fact ko ete keta mayor it doesn't make you any important that somebody me alonko is at the grassroots or in the village. The mere fact ko eketa National Assembly member as well as ete keta councilor doesn't make you any important than the ordinary member of the United Democratic Party. So as such, for crying out loud, Gambian Kolo, UDP Nkolo, because UDP mo yira sita jubalete. Na mamanta dorong akawa ku yatale because sita juba na boita asekeno ala boyo damma wo a boita minkang wo be impact sotola anda boita damin fana wo be kole adila mollale. Ndol damma manke Gambia dingote. Bari there is something very fundamentally fishy in our politics, the way we do politics in this Gambia. Nyanta katara doku ke ka minna wala mnyente ko bi nyimbata kola mimbe Gambia banko kan bi nyanta ka wo safara nyame UDP as a party molel be maraling nying flag biara sepla wala ten executive all besie jang wato le beje miya lonko ika decide jamale nyanta ke nyenti ay ke nyenti. The UDP is not Lawyer Dabo. The UDP in Safero Kele. Katandiko, the UDP is bigger than Lawyer Dabo, is bigger than Talib, Yankuba Dabo, and all the executive members. And anybody me along ko ite be UDP party o nyinkono, ite nyanta nyimira role sotola. Ninko, the dictatorial tendencies mimben na society kono nyanta ka o bondi, ntol maril fa ntol nyanta ka tolerantly, right? We can agree and disagree based on fundamental principles. They can enhance the advancement of the Gambia. Bari Nimol nata ajen tol fangol melia lonkon kawo preacher and we become the #1 violators of that. What does that make us? Ndalafita minna nying the issue of flag bearership. In fact, it's a no issue as far as I am concerned. And I'm a member and a sympathizer of the United Democratic Party. You know? But the whole United Democratic Party in Kuomi Mansi. Ila fita dongola nyao nya tanta luo wene ninjalo man naite tanta ngote luo te kenola wai. Alengang hakilol tu. as far as I'm concerned, the article that I wrote, Walam Nyentiko, UDP is bigger than Usenu and all of these people Albemil Mensonka. Because make no mistake, it is the people who make those people who they are. It is the people who make Usenu Dabo, Talib Ahmed Bensouda, as well as Landembi Sane, Rohim Malik Lord, Yankuba Dabo, and the list goes on and on and on. Aling hakilotu, aling coherent, aning decorum na dundi patio nyinkono wai. Being na preoccupation on yanta keke minte walam yantiko be how we get rid of Mr. Adama Barrow. Because this is the number one person me banko nyintinya. Nda malte mambekalala, me sonkala kuo minna, kula mi alonka mansi follow that. And no, I have a problem on all of these individuals, they are trying to talk about freedom of speech. Yes, we have freedom of speech, but it goes with responsibility. Freedom of speech se ke nyaonya ngo iteta la korda kono yeke dingoti ifama fente ni ifama tema wai ni la fita diamule fati wale la fita ke ifa keta. There is a way and means inyantaka kenyame. Itete wola fundilela korda kono ikata lo bantabato iko ifa ko lafita ke keta le fama manfa follow. But that's not even the point. The point here I am saying, maybe more dolta understand. Wala mnyentiko. Ni lafita ke ifa keta ika makatole bay. Ika kule ke miya lonko ase otaman sero dino society la ka jubeko. Now, say, ite futata prime time la puru ke ifa keta. You know? At the end of the day, alpha o alphabet da o da, make no mistake, nyim misalo te ite mari if famala altol milbe jubero, anim milbe na jubero. Alpha te la fila nyenna ye dingo soto, instead of it dingo idea mu yakata bantabato aka kumo wuri tentengo mfama la fita e bojang teninte. Da o da kulu ole beye. And every institution, there is a process and procedure milbe lari. Mafoko, we are trying to dispel that people's freedom of speech or opinion here and there, but then let it go with responsibility. Freedom of speech and irresponsibility lekata. You know? Itafola moleko. In fact, with reference to Mr. Yunus Haidara, he could have done this thing without even making all those big issues that Baba Ifonyo Sanyin Teninte. You could have gone and engaged Usenu Dabo. Ninga atareko ite marika kuluo ning horomonim bunyalafo. But nin so man sit nyantaka wallel bula dulato. Go freedom of speech sototal. Democracy sototal. The rule of law. Those are all tenets of the basic foundation mi alonko. Ay nations and organizations ola ay sambanyato. Bari ite yela audio funtindi yela own State of the Union funtindi yeb diamu bal for mi alonko. They could have otherwise been handled a different way. Ndala jerola. After very more different reaction soto woto enate ke fanke ko ika usenna natalo nite funte. That is bogus. You cannot undermine me or you cannot say all those trash about me and resort to ko. This is your freedom of speech. You cannot go and make an incendiary and inflammatory statement. Yena funtina moli ko ifa ko. I love freedom of speech la. Korda kulole beji. Every ward, constituencies, and in every nation, organization, ye hierarchy lel soto. Nko isela freedom of speech kele. Ali batung up to an executive level, walate moluka meeting jamal lel soto. You make your opinion known than going all the way to a media platform. Eko you blow things out of proportion. Coming ko ha ete nyanta ke fonyo le bari lafeta ko niye fonyo ye modo endorse. That is even wrong. Because fundamentally we feel like contain a personal view is that Ning Ayatara Usenu Dabo decide not to run for the 2026 election. I don't even want him to endorse anybody. Let us go through the process and procedure. Minkake momo lafita safero kele ya safewai. God, that still does not negate the fact that even whereas Usenu Dabo want to run for the election, Woe mo jamale Mojama le affect pour ka jube ko ne Ousainou Lota, I would not apply. Anybody can apply. Even me, I can apply. You know? Talib Ahmed Bensouda can apply. Ousainou is not the be and the end all of the UDP. Nyanta ka jube nyame Ousainou molia hormalia bunya and Ousainou ye fengo be lose nyimbanko kang just because of country and dedication to country. Nimma bunya ma horma olantol ma for that withstanding ma foko. Let him continue running and running. If he run, Ousainou is more coherent and more pragmatic, more seasoned, more qualified than anybody else in the Gambia. So Momo Lafitaka lawyer law. But there is a time, there is a process me alonka nyantaka follow. After all this conversation, Nyim brouhahas here and there, Camp A, Camp B. As far as I'm concerned, there is no camp in the UDP. Just like I said, it is only one camp, and that is UDP camp. Munam nyenti? Molu milia alonko e karante fahamuta e ko, they know about democracy. They are the #1 violators of democracy and the freedom of speech in our party. You know? Ntete dingo wulula miya lonko ay taran na kafo kono na korda kono abem batuka nga abem horoma kanga embunya yetuli kilimba doron ay wundu ay volunteer ay funti silo kan aka kumalfo milia lonko nate se sino na bungo kono nga diam why nko alinga nimmanto nya fo mbekela wuli afo lalete why. This is why I am very intolerant to this kind of nonsense milia la bekere. This is why many a time I just say things the way they are. And yes, we have freedom of speech. Yes, we have democracy. Yes, we have divergence of opinion. And yes, we have every rule that is set aside there. But all those rules, they go with responsibility. The freedom of speech that is there can become endangered when it goes beyond the rhetoric and it becomes hate and also so many other things. That is why as a people, personal responsibility nyantaka ojube. Molu la ego, alinga ego landi wai. Alinga ego landi. Some people think Talib is even a better candidate. I do believe Talib is a good person. But is Talib a winnable candidate? Probably that may be subjected to all of our opinion depending on ite Maria Jenyadile. Some may think that Ousainou Darboe is a winnable candidate. Somebody may think that no, that is not, because Ousainou had tried, isn't it? For Ablai Wadama tried several times. Nko, in as long as you have brain be balo kuman kela. I mean, you are coherent enough. B, nkana apula and oranges so landing nga jube. In America here, Joe Biden niya jafenketa niya nyakono jube niya healthcare kete fangokalon na coming. Tonya, the man is not coherent enough. That is all the more reason why I can Joe Biden step aside. You know? But like I said, for crying out loud, UDP members. Ndolda mama nke banko dimolti. Bi nyanta ka nyati le nyenku jawbal mil bebe na banko kam. If we believe in our leadership, nyanta nyalo la muna la wala mnyentiko, mbel jubela la wato le beje, miya lonko people go to the convention, the congress, molu be choice make la waleto. But until then, let us leave this hula balu and the brohahas, miya lonka be kekan, in social media. It's not helping anybody. It's not helping the party. It's not helping Ousainou Darboe. It's not helping even Talib Ahmed Bensouda. It's not helping anybody. B, na preoccupation o nyanta kake minna to keep an eye on the price and always na appearance jang. The prize for us in the Gambia is the presidency of the Republic of the Gambia. Under this dispensation, under the current circumstances in the Gambia, we see no reason, absolutely, Mia Lonko Adam Barrows Nyantaka we know in 2026. So, in determining those factors, what we need to do as a people and as a party is to go and sell our agenda to the people and telling them, you have been an individual, milia lonko yekatre fainu Adam Barrow B. Yin condition o min jube abe caring abe mbele African. Could you think otherwise and differently for the sake of your kid and grandkids yet unborn? Walla nyanta kela na preoccupation or dina na grupundingol dadam faye kom faye ko. We want so to be a candidate. Fellow Gambians and friends of the Gambia. Near UDP Jube, in fact, everybody is a potential candidate in there. UDP is the only larger organization and as an entity. Mia Lonko, you can count up to 1,000 people who are potential candidates to become this presidency or to become a flag bearer of our candidate. Why do we shrink it down to maybe probably between Ousainou Darboe and Talib Ahmed Bensouda? Why not everybody? You know? So I see a problem in what Mr. What is his name? Mr. Yunus, Hydra did. Yes, it is his freedom of speech to come and say, it has undermined the authority of the United Democratic Party. You know, these are some of the things, Milia Lonko. You cannot be within a party. You are given a State of the Union address about a party that you belong, and there is no borderline between you and that same party. Alenga tonya for ning aleidia kuoku itella filamina kana so molia ke why? For Balebe Mr. Yunus Hydra Laka attending executive for Tema Milia Lonko Party Okono. We don't need any more division or misunderstanding or confusion within our party. Nsulata minna wala mnyenteko moliena. We focus our eyes on the prize and ngamfang restructure, ngamfang mobilize ka jube. At the end of the day, the trajectory towards 2026 election should be a make Gambia or doom Gambia. That's the ultimate goal. But woman see, molbe kelele fantema, talib lemu, nyinamu. Why not you yourself, Mimbe Diamoka? Walete Mimbe Juberol? Why? Where do they put you people at? Anybody and everybody can apply, in fact. In fact, Ousainou Darboe law or ma candidate, that is not a yardstick mezoko, mumanyanka apply. We respect Ousainou so much. We value him. We cherish him. And we think this is the one man who has put everything on the line for country and this service to country. If it were you, how would you feel? Hadamadiwo hadamading alfaika bunyale. It's a more bunyaya horama. Tonya fire, but you do not infringe on their basic fundamental and human rights. You know? Alingang hakiloto. This is a bigger party, Mia Lonko. More member party on Yankon. Nita Mariko. You will want to go with ego, emotion, and you want to rebel against the party to come on the media. Everybody there, you can have your free Wi-Fi and come and sit down. You talk to the people. Whether it is going to be true, people listen to you, or you go there and people just brush your speeches under the carpet. Because at the end of the day, we know the truth shall make us free. Make no mistake. Every individual, you can be accountable to what you do. And some of these actions that people are doing is causing damage in the party. It is causing damage in the party. In as much as you like Talib Ahmed Bensouda. But there are hypotheses out there. People are thinking that because of you, Yunus Hydra, some people are having different thought about Talib Ahmed Bensouda. That even whereas they love him, they want to vote for him, but now they cannot vote for him because you, Yunus Hydra, you want to impose the issues of Talib onto everybody. That's not democracy. Democracy has to go with the will of the people. Freedom, the democracy, the will of the people, for the people and by the people. Isn't that what we said? But how could it be a democracy whereby you say, you have your set agenda and your set idea that Ensa ABC might be a potential candidate and it is only Ensa or nobody else? That is fraud. And in that process, you will make people milialonko ila coherent, ila miral kendol milialonko. They can reason for themselves to look the other way around, to disadvantage your own potential candidate. Kaje ko ite lafita ensa ABC se mieke candidate oti. Now, because of those speeches, you want to impose everybody on ensa to say that yes, he is the be and the end all of everything. Abakendela mol boritala. So we have to be very careful about our utterances and what we do in the party. It can make the party or it can break the party. For all you know, we are yet to even go towards the 2026 election. So alingam found la actionol jubenka milke. You know? Ning 2026 bina sila. Momo ila fitaka apply. Useno dabola application o manyanka kende momo la fitaka lo imanyanka lo. Let us go through the principle of democracy. Ntolka nyinelfo. Manta sonna nyempati okono bi. Miya lonko. You use UDP as a ladder. Yena puru UDP to make you everything, and at the end of the day, niye wo soto yena patio jamfa. Moli min kelete ye wol jamfa. Yena ye banko fa namfango jamfa. Wo mistake o min keta Gambia dingol bull. Through United Democratic Party, wole ya kendi. We have to be very, very, very measured. Nasi, namfanjube as a people. Mune akendi organizational kalu eka succeed because of the decision-making processes. Eka minke a proper scrutiny wole bekela ka jubeko ete mari. We have to believe you so much so that at the end of the day you would not betray party, nor you will betray the country and the poor people of the Gambia. Nyulle lientol sula katambi mamodo londe. But as far as I'm concerned, nobody loves the Gambia more than I do. Because it is this Gambia that I spend everything on a daily basis. Kasi jube ko nying Gambia, let it get away from the dark sinkhole abedaminto. Ning ayatarambe sirimbe okuwol kachaka. Mol dol manyanka fundi ye kumakangol dole for andumbenga lonna ko it is flawed. Nko it is one thing ka fundi ye diamo for ko. Maybe UDP alinga jube nga kudo mira. Nga party candidate sort of nga kuonying decide nga balance nga jube. That is one speech. Another speech is, oh, Baba lafite ye fonyo sanyi, ye fenke. That is bullshit. Those are two contradicting statements. Useno Dabo is very coherent. Ahakilo babala, asondoma babala, makamo babala, intelligence babala, and yet still he loved this country. Instead of you coming to make your freedom of speech to the people of the Gambia, kafoyeko ha lafita sayin de nga partila dynamic na strategy nga fali nga jubetende. Those two statements ala jubal fanfede nga mimfote. You know, so we should not be fighting among ourselves. Kuma kango miya tinya wolem ila fonya ya fonya dilela andunga ya fo watilela afo wato mansi. Nko mbenga niyo bedula kilinne wala mnyente ko kanyingambia banko bonde. Nyingambia banko atunentale. So much so that ko at the end of the day, whether you believe it or not, mbele ba mistake, mbele ba problem onye nkono. But our problem onye, in as much as nse lafika Gambia bondi nyaonya, but manyanka destruction okay in other sectors and fabric of society within among ourselves. Just merely ko ndenganna opinion o se ila opinion o mo ila opinion o leti. But at the end of the day, everybody, like I said, in the rank and file of the United Democratic Party, mbele qualified to be presidential candidates. Mbetu. I can become a better president than Mr. Adam Barrow. I have said this time and time again. Nkarantati, mfahamtati, nga londo sotati, nkunintati, ntamatati. Andu nga lonnako, na banku kano, ka banko kano, wale tambita Mr. Adam Barrow. You know? So at the end of the day, even you yourself, Yunus Haidara, you are more qualified than Mr. Adam Barrow. So make no mistake. Nakuma kangol mbe fola nyame, we have to balance it. Nkana ego jube ka for to link it with democracy or na freedom of speech lemnyente. Tonya, ila freedom of speech le mubari yake nyame wole ronta. It is wrong. Momo man si ko yeta Usain attending Yunus blame. Ita mari, you are living in a cuckoo land. Go party or party. Structure lebeji. This is why an executive for London a form. Near Jube, you have such a brilliant idea as such. Ndenga miracle, you should not just pop out. Just because Malo or Lunga Yamuna Domodal fa diata fatambita, you cannot even reason out of your of a common denominator. Kajubeko, you should go and reason with the executive. Wo executive all. Ye mo Jamal Lel Fangoso Milia Lonko, you are part and parcel of them. Sell your idea to them. That idea would trickle down from the bottom up. Kajubeko, how would they perceive it? You know? But sometimes, even you, the medical field that you live in, there is a chain of command. In service, there is a chain of command. You cannot jump from being a lance corporal to the lieutenant or the mid-tending. You'll be disciplined for that. You know? So in a structure like the United Democratic Party, there are several other layers. You can sell your ideas to them rather than coming to make a proclamation on Facebook Live. And that proclamation seems like you were not even comfortable doing it, because there is perhaps something fundamentally wrong about the way and manner you did it. You know? Alenga nyimbulam fangol dam matema. Talibu Teng, Yankuba Dabo Teng, Landimbisa, and Rohi Malik Lo, or Usenu Dabo. These are the subset of each other. Wolpela ultimate goal mumunati, Walam Yentiko, Nyim President Bondi Mia Lonkai Banko Tia. Fuarul Bebatari Nyim Banko can be Munela, Walam Yentiko, simply because the decision making process, Milia Lonko, ball action and coherent decision making Yantakake to map and crack down on corruption among Keno. You know? Will be mankeno mune akende be at this predicament condition. Mune akende mol man sing the President of the Republic of the Gambia has the ball. He is bold enough to come and set up a land commission to probe into the allegation ateka mimfo ning ayatara. Nko Gambian code. Yalong hadamadingo ekumo manyanka fanwai. Remember the rift between NPP and UDP, especially between Adam Barrow and Lawyer Dab. Ning ayatar, there is no any such evidence like that. And then baby social media. So it is not true. I wish Altol Mo Jama Fanam Fango Ya Jube, because in the Gambia we have to base things on law, not emotions and ego. Mo Jama will say, Lawyer Dab Nyanta inside. Go and listen to Melvin Robertson Lafenko presentation on Minke. And those were the same words in Tolbemim Foka way before Melvin Yafunte. Because you cannot use a yardstick card, you beko, even lawyer da butela because of Allah adult dingo Minke. No law in the surface of this earth anywhere in the world. So it is a non-starter. Because our case titano la done. So fast forward. UDP Nkolu, these are some of the things. Nyanta Preso Exadla on Adam Barrow. Let him form an anti-corruption corruption commission. Ayalonde. Let him do that. Instead of us sitting down, making cannibal barking among ourselves here and there, fighting about among ourselves about issues which are non-issues at all. You know? Ntade ninga dingo soto abenna korda kono. Among engage fonka moya wurta funtita bantabe wuri bala woto omu densi fa dole ti way minte diale kana so ya diandi modola andunga alinga nyim petty nesbula alinga molubula milia lonko. We trusted them so much ko they are responsible for making the decision for us through the Congress and conventions. Eka flag biara select nya damento. Let us give them the due. Now what was it? Ibn Ajala ning lawyer Daboya apply. Talibia apply. Modo fana apply, but the notion that ka for coming ko nin lawyer Dabo ya apply nin dongol te hanyi la ka apply. That's bullshit and bogus. I'll hack it. Because after all, who is Lawyer Dabo? The party is more than Lawyer Dabo because it is the people who make Lawyer Dabo Lawyer Dabo. You know? I admire and love Lawyer Dabo to the core and every fiber of my being simply because this man lost everything. I couldn't tolerate Nyimbanko Kamu Jamate Sile or tolerate why. Nindi amuta moli amuta coming ko ha. Oh, because Allah fitala Lawyer Dabo continue kataraje wati tenting. And so what? You know? Ite mari mimbe jubero lela doko mi minti to engage people to tell them ko bankobe alhalo minta it could have been way more than that had it not been barola lack of inaction. Corruption oben na banko kono nyami nga nyanta ka tambi wolale. If nimbaro lota e corruption o nyimfeng. Amam menga mo ko borako li wala nata the major general me alonka nata. As far as I'm concerned from a security background, nga jubele coming ko nothing would happen to that guy. Simply because the trajectory and the past practices mingbe keri na Bangkoka. Kaje, lawyer attending baro nying general ol be tatale nata ye fan surrender. Because the way and manner the man thinks is so crude in the sense that borrow for himself, borrow for his family, and nothing else. That is what we have. And we do not hate this man. We just dislike the way and manner Dajiko Benyamin. We have been saying that we are on point from day one. You know? So, nyulemu fanati nyantaka singa no engagement na. But you cannot just go and prep a candidate from within. Katandi fanfeko. It is only this. It's either this one or nobody else. It means you are in it for something else and you are in it to destroy the party, and destroying the party is not for the greater good of this Gambia. Alinga nafiki abula why? Alinga nafiki abula, because this is why, for me, I do not have friend. My friend is the truth and truth alone. Nothing but the truth. You know? But in all sita nyokang al manto nyaje al nyala. Nite fa, iba, wala tenge mama, wale fengo be lose for the Gambia. Just for the fight of the Gambia, I have health lose, I have resources lose, I everything for them be lose. Maybe, just maybe, perhaps you would have a second thought to say, yara fam mama ya katale. But if ni fa, wala te mama, wala funtita I fengo be lose, people like me and Sir ABCs are trying to tell that mama step aside. Maybe you would have a different thought. And maybe you would have a different perception. Ka jubeko ensa ABC maybe it may follow. Walate ensa ABC ba foka nyaming. That's not the way to go or to do it. Isn't that what we need to think about? Huh? Kumi mansi alingam fonyala. We are mature. Nkong karantalem fahamta. There is no established political party within the Gambia. Ming Tambita United Democratic Party. Ye social media dula bele dominate. Ye Gambia fanan dula be dominate. And they are the largest political party. With decorum, it is built upon the foundation to respect the rule of law and the fundamental tenets of democracy in our country. Ning ayatra kuolbeonya. Why are we making things Melia Lonko? They are not helpful for our party. All the gains that we have worked so hard for, from 1996 up to today, a little small thing like this action can derail all of those gains and push them down to a sinkhole. Fanyantaka kewale nyama. Ndangal dani. Alkanye minke mo bele sa keno. Mo bese funtinole wuri ba ke la dulato because you have a free Wi-Fi. Whether America, in other part of Europe, a manke ko light lebetala wala odulato mbese fundino le ngadiamu. Bari nibe diamu like you need to be measured. Ye kumakao for me alonko. It will impact the life and livelihood of the greater good of the Gambian people. Instead of can beta can separate. That's not helpful to the UDP party. We should be better than that. We should be more mature than that. Ku Jamal Lelbeg run in the Bangkoka, they are fundamentally wrong in our society. Bi Gambia Bankoka. Bi nyanta kasi nga wallal tangi engage. Because we have the education, we have the skill set, and we have the innovation and the exposure puruka walke. Alinga mol engage to get them to come and vote for the party. Kajeko na party, United Democratic Party, the all same old thing ka minke wati. Alinga continue ko. And that is only one thing, wala mnyentiko. Momo miya lonko party yeta ye endorse mbenga bambu o mari koma wai. This is the beacon and the fabric and the backbone upon which United Democratic Party lota minka. Maybe it's a different candidate, but as long as party a decision on you make foko carry them candidate. Come on, please. Ila ego and ila pride ya swallow. You sit down, you may not agree with what I'm saying, or you may not want Ousainou Darboe to be the leader, but in as long as Nimolu Dakorta, Iko Ousainou Darboe is the leader, that should not make you coming for you sit back, or to call some other people, if you believe in the principle of United Democratic Party, however, nim party of Fanang, the executive ye mo tombong, niko Yankuba Darboe and candidate oti, iman lafi Yankuba Darboe nyaonya, nila molu be, you should rally behind that Yankuba Darboe. As well as Talib Ahmed Bensouda, Rohim Malik Lowe, Landing Bisane, the list goes on and on and on and on. Nyina mufanate minyantakake. Bari nafikia bambalo mimbenye pati yokono. Mesa yakuo mimbenye pati yokono. Nyin small kabudu ndingol milbenye pati yokono. Awole nyantaka buruka if there is any. There shouldn't be any other kabudu except the UDP kabudu. Na pati yo nyinkono. Unless we do that, the trajectory towards 2026 election, menalenga see, we look at it, God so good, God forbid, oh boy. We may lose it again at the end of the day, Nganangam family, simply because of na Aksonolo and some other undermining Kuolunka Milkenyola. Amam betea, alingan alala ego, alala pride, and alala ego, ala beswalo. Alinga no mobilized. Go, the greatest man upon the face of this planet, wala momenti. Nye tonye roke, ye murum back to mokan ye momentonye yafa ye masawai. We open a fresh page, ka jubeko, na ultimate goal mumunity, ka baro bind the election on yinto. But unless we do that, the selfish interest alter, nkomfa karelem or nobody, or is it gonna be either Ousainou or nobody? That's not helpful for us. It's not helpful for the party. It's not helpful for the people who are involved in those things. And it's not helpful for country. Because make no mistake, any more further perpetuation of Adama Barrow in this country, in the Gambia, it means that Gambia is going through turbulence and trying times. Is that the type of lifestyle in Lafitaka Minke? You know? UDP belongs to everybody. Imagine anybody me along inate dunta party gonna be. It means you are more equal than anybody more milli along dunta kabir in 1996. Because the party is all inclusive. It has respected the values of equity, diversity, and inclusion. So now, what more can we do? Nyantaka Minke, we have to recalibrate and rejuvenate and reorganize ourselves. The trajectory to 2020. In fact, Gambia, we hold the narrative. We hold the narrative in terms of politics is concerned. We have the bigger advantage. So nkana wo advantage ultangana tinya simply because some selfish interest or some selfish miss opportunity milia lonko the processes and procedure nyantaka mil noma me noma yene fanke fayeko the black sheep of the family ye kumakan for milia lonko eteke. And I see this coming. Go, maybe, just maybe, because of such individual or some individual, the choice of candidate but la fila mil la puro ye present to the people nim molu manasa wala they will break away. then it means for you as an individual, idunta UDP Colonel, you do not believe in the basic principle of this party. If believe la party la mina la wala mnyentiko. You say la party choice, a candidate choice auto, near President Mole, it is up to the people. Because democracy, like I said, is for the people by the people. Right? So democracy cannot be imposed, you cannot impose it on the people. I may say that Lawyer Darboe is the candidate, is the best candidate here and there. But it is up to the people to endorse Lawyer Darboe to corroborate my statement that Lawyer Darboe is the best candidate. If you believe Talib Ahmed Bensouda is the better candidate, you know, it should be backed by the people because it's the people who make these candidates. And we should not continue making mistakes in our country by trying to deprive the poor people of this country to continue to live in a perpetual poverty any more longer. At least Dolbe Janenka Balu Nyame Soneata, but in the Gambia, many of those people near breakfast right kontonkela dole kontonga ite simam kanola. Are in this so much pertinent issues mili alonko nyanta kedia. Dina nganasi na free Wi-Fi internet olla nkanasi nka party denigrate nka individual denigrate nbe alifali doyala nyimbankoka. Mili alonko they put everything on the line card you be party nyesa. You know? Kuluo horomo anim bunya anim fonya wolebe kuola. Probably you have your democratical freedom of speech and all that, but afonya was that the best way you can do? Probably not, because intata akela onyam. You know? Alinga kuta mfana batati je. Nyendunia kono modol yamre karanta bari de imang karanka tambi modol because ni karanta ika kuningo le jube ika value system le jube ko nyende ala ripple effect bekela muneti ninga fo. Do I have access to all of these executive member? In the case of this gentleman another option of candidate fair. Didn't I believe that coming to Talib can make a better president? Of course, yes. I know Talib can make a better president. Yankuba can make a better president. Rahim Ali, anybody, any of our mayors, they can be a better president. Because nyela organization oljele, nyela improvement oljele, nyela administrative style sol jubele ka milke. But notwithstanding, let us not jump the gun. Way back, a little story. At the TRRC, nobody was popular in that TRRC more than Esafal, right? But Esafal ka sibota Obama min banta wale ka eko ngejele keta president. The vast opinion of the people of the Gambia, I mean for Esafal eko, the TRRC could be otherwise different from the political razzmatazz of the country. You know? But Esafal thinking that allow popularity at the TRRC that would be used as a yardstick. In fact, I see Bokel and I did not doubt anything for what Esafal did. I think Esafal could also be a better president, right? But at the end of the day, Esafal me lamoy mola, he ran for president, and in fact Amantara had a third position all function. So it is one thing to think that somebody is popular, but ni nata on the political domain of the country, it's a whole different game. So Gambian friends of the Gambia and in my fellow UDPians, alingang hakiroto, if there is anybody who has preached change in the Gambia, it's nobody other than Halifa Sallah of PDOIS, another such story. But Halifa Sallah might have preached change in the country for almost more than several decades in the country. But the people decided otherwise and think that the messaging that the man has made is not resonating to the people of the Gambia. Why is that? Such an intellectual like Halifa Sallah, why couldn't he have become the president of the Republic of the Gambia? By virtue of democracy, the will of the people, by the people, and for the people, Woleka will determine Kajube who will be a flag bearer of a certain political party, for crying out loud. Na mirakon karanta, But we know nothing, absolutely, in respect to the tenets of democracy. Mia lonko ake tandila ko jama wole ka decision or make. Otherwise, Halifa Saleh would have become president of our country. Very intelligent, very smart. He knows how government works. But people are not getting his information. So you cannot impose certain things on the people. If you do that, you get a backlash. Fellow Gambians and friends of the Gambia. Alingam Hakiloto. As far as UDP is concerned, nobody loves that party more than I do. I wish every best. In fact, if I can put the moon down for the UDP, I'll do it. But at the end of the day, alinga nyi meseyal bula, alinga nyi wulia folu bula, ning sita dulalto, ete fengo minfola mo nyala ikana fa koma. Nko, ila fita kandidato minna, alinga nyen dukudukolu bula. Alinga meseyal bula, meseya buka kafo samba. Meeting kola, meeting abuka kafo samba nyato. Mimbe kela kafo kono wala mnyentiko. Ite mari be silale with a goodwill gesture. Ila message in mimbota meeting ba dulato. Meeting dula ba nyento. That should be the message for everybody more be nyantaka embrace le wai. Make no mistake. Other than that, ni tate ko ifayeko. Ah, ntede, kariye mimfonte mansonga la bari. Why didn't you even speak? Because what general meeting dulato, wole mu mobe la freedom of expression dula nyente. Eman kuo object, biriba fokam, fo biri bota je do koli kai ko, ya mwela yantaka mimfo. Nteng, mamiran lata wala dal. Ite mari mu hypocrite old. Ite mari mu wulolet. And ite mari mu molete mi alonko. These are the recalcitrant mili alonko ika kafolti jan. Nyulle mu mo sifalti mili alonko ika kabilol dundi nyokon. Ika koral dundi nyokon. As well as ika bankol dundi nyokon. Ninga kuoke anyanta kenyami. We need to be measured. We speak the truth to the people who are affected. And don't we argue, disagree, and come to an agreement at the end of the day. That should be basic principle me along ko mo be believe tal. But at the end of the day, ita go ifay go go carry alon yenna Spain meeting dula jubele. Ah amulunta ko mo jama be ba Hussein na kuole foka. And so what? Ba Hussein wa hakilo ba bala. He is not incapacitated. Ning ayatara. We believe in the doctrine of democracy, the will of the people, for the people, and by the people. It goes by majority. And that does not mean there are not better candidates. I think we have a very good future for our young politicians like Talib Ahmed Bensouda, Landon Bisan, Rohim Malik Lowell, Yankuba Dabo, and so many other people, potentials in the United Democratic Party. But then, you have to be backed by the majority of the people. Other than that, whatever you do at the end of the day, you will see a devil on a broad daylight. Suta bade ebe jino jela tilibula ba. Thinking that ko ifem tale bariyara fandung imanna fame. And like I said, alinganna differences all landi. This is very healthy in a democracy. And I do not expect ntakanye memfoja mobe believer. But if we believe in the doctrines and the fundamental rule of law and the principles of democracy, these are the things which make democracy to work. People do not have to agree what you say. And when they disagree, you listen to them why they disagree with you. You know? But ni woman keteko ya for da mol nyantaka later la. No. That doesn't make a better president or a better leader. Because that negates democracy and other principles all. Probably last choice of candidate. Okay, let us make so we push this agenda to see that we have a different result. Probably it could work. But at the end of the day, you cannot be you cannot impose certain things on the will of the Gambian people. At the end of the day, aka rejection oleta. Rejection or wale kana funde. You know? So alinga tolerant. Ntolbe nkonfa eko democracy ha UDP United Democratic Party. It is built upon democracy, the principle. But are we democratic within our ranks? Because that violates the principle of democracy. For crying out loud with all your education. Hani momi alonka be sealing the remotest area in the hinterland of the country where alone the democracy katamanyan. Nunton na democracy na bantabal ton kasida mento mol katajel, they are expressing the will of the villagers to them. Because at the time that is the avenue that they have. At this point in time, tolla time all advanced nunto molla at time all tile. So alingam hakilotu. Nyim flag biarase kuo ninte malti nimbe la moila nyoti nimbe fahamu rol kala nyoti wala mnyentiko alingam hakilotu nga wato nyimbatu alingam na nyato nkolu bunya nye horoma wala munna executive faulty. Nim futata je wato minna nin talib lota nin loya dabo lota ni yankuba lot min momo ganyete ko dom be nyantaka bambu o mari le koma. And I believe the verdict of the will of the popular will of the Gambian people within the rank and file of United Democratic Party mo bebe wale horamala. Even Lawyer Dabo will rally behind that. But the notion called, Lawyer Dabo nyantake fonyole, I modo endorse, that negates the principle of democracy. Ning ayatara in as long as nate manta tambila, ate nyantaka neutral ledrong, we create a level playing field for the people. We should not repeat mistake over and over and over. The definition of insanity mumunity walam nyentiko. Na ngalon na Adama Barrow was a worst candidate. Karango doyata, fahamuro doyata, kuningo doyata, tamo doyata, aninka dunia la global development ka mezo wufanan doyata la karol. So, in 2026, it should be someone me alonko we have to measure you. Na jubeko ite mari for yenyen criteria based on. Londo is the number one focal point. Me ala nyatonko nyantaka Londo sotol. Londo ateleka kendiete yesi ye research you know about what is going on in the wider world. But in Iman Londo soto, Iman Fahamuro nyin soto, how do you expect to understand cabinet people? Ni wol nate ya landi nyakoto. Ite bakela yes, sign, approve. Wale akende Londo is number one among so many other criteria in the mill settler. Kajubeko, the flag bearer of the United Democratic Party. Wo mari mimbetar laji amanyanka kendeko the darling of the people in the Gambia where they tell them the most popular mayor in the Gambia word you have to go through a rigorous screening and the more milfanam better law screening panel on yinkon they have to be people milialonko they have to be honest and in fact if need be inyantake kali kurano lalka jubeko anything that they would do they would not be biased or to give us a horrible candidate for this 2026 election. Because in 2026 election, nyinne bekela ka Gambia dada wala ka Gambia tinya. Because tinyaro warata Gambia Bangkoka. Sunyaro sembo warata. And don't, if we call on the President of the Republic of the Gambia for pura corruption, anti-corruption commission on Londi, akabalan Muna candidate land commission on London let them probe into certain things. Because the next victim, the first victim, Mia Lonkoiba name la would be nobody but Mr. Adama Barrow. Lesino Paliala. Na Bangkokang as Gambian, as people Milia Lonko. We sympathize, we have empathy for our people, poor people of the Gambia. Bari Puruka Jubeko Jamala Nyantakan futandi to the promised land. We are in 2024, 2025, 2026. There is a lot more way there. Dina ngatara kelelam fantema. Ini molu mili alonko. Ali horoma basa to nyotema. Ali bunya basa to nyotema. Kanaka wobe tinya. Just simply because of a non-issue. A non-issue. Na majority nyantaka tambi wala. As a people. And United Democratic Party like executive members or dole, they need to prevail on some of these things because it's not helping the party. Now, London where you stand, perhaps Alabama, ila freedom of speech, but ila freedom of speech is becoming unbecoming on social media. You know? Al nyanta ke diamundile ko, hey, ma foko mbal sensola, bari nyen ko, na le difference also. Go back to in-house, alia la freaking difference olu, alia sort out. Dina alia funta albe nyo nenna, albe nyo denigrade la, albe kumabal fola nyoe, albe Talib nyol nenna, albe Usenu nyol nenna, albe Yankuba nyol nenna, muna jarita alla. Falto la majority te tambila wala bang. Altol nyantaka nyo respect le, alia jube ko respect is reciprocal. Ni moya la opinion di ala wrong nying. In fact, I've spotted a wrong in Mr. Hyderala Nyankono, Nyamirako, anyantaka for nyaming, he has fallen far short below that mark. Amanyanka for nyam. Because remember, I Terry Jamal Lesotho executive order. This thing could have been solved in a more different manner than how it is going about. This should have come from a different party, but not the United Democratic Party. Why? Shame on you, the people, Millie Alonko. You are making the efforts of so many good people in the party. Lamin dambun diba nyol fata nyim patio. Kanyiba kanyi nyol fata nyim patio. Single nyasi nyol fata nyim patio. Solo Sunday nyol fata nyim patio. Allah fitaka wo effort be tinya mol buluwai. Alal hakilotu, al damma mantra patio kono, ning aliet the proper and a coherent nganiyole soto puru patieta to a certain level. Nyimbanka nyati wai? Nyinte nga nyati. Nyinte ya nyati. Ila dimbaya al mi betambiri nyato ni woliete mari undermine like the way people are doing. Ate diale wai? Ate diale? It's a lafi mola nyao, but it has to be endorsed by the will of the Gambian people. And in several quarters, make no mistake, Mbajela Komenko, some people, ni lafita minna do ni mol make onyama, they want to move away from that. Then it man believe or principle olla. Nyanta ka jela ko e mari nate jo. Hold on. Al Hakim. Yeah, anyway, na battery la lota. But then I guess the message is very clear. And like I said, nte nakumakango abuka dia bake, but then it is backed by only nothing but the truth. At the end of the day, mo be nyanta kaminjube wala mnyente ko alinga kulu samba ku kono ninga woke pati nyimbetala anyato le coming anyanta ka futa nyami ala baraka bake ensa ABCC United States of America.